Okie dokie, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Okay. All right. There I am. Welcome in, guys. Hello, hello. Welcome to Dusty Granny's event group. Thank you so much for being here. I really, truly appreciate you guys. Hey there, Miss Wendy. Sorry about that. At some point, I'm going to get a better computer. Hello there, Miss Kelly. How are you, dear? Thank you for hosting this event and for having me, Miss Wendy. I appreciate it. Again, guys, if you're not following the event group at Dusty Granny's event group, it is a free group and you get to see all of the wonderful creators that we've had so far and that we still have to come. So up after me is going to be Crafts by Amy. It is so much fun always to watch her. We still have Miss Lisa from Fergie's Crafting Connection. I know that Miss Wendy will be closing us out. And then we have 9 o'clock. Cultivating Keepsakes with Miss Eden. So make sure that you still stick around and watch the rest who will be on here. We did have several people join us. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Alright. Okay. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for having me. Alright, so today is Crafter's Choice or Crafter's Extravaganza, as Miss Wendy likes to call it. And so that means that we get to pick what we would like to do. And so let's play. Alright. Let me move this out of the way. I have so many drinks that it really doesn't make even any sense why I have so many drinks. Okay. So, let me pull you guys down. Okay, I just lost where you guys were. Alright. Hi there, Miss Mary. How are you? Alright, welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Hopefully you guys have had a wonderful, blessed day. I really appreciate everybody being here. I know that a lot of us are starting to gear up into like the Christmas season and all of that, which I think is great. But we also need to remember that it is still, you know, the wonderful moment of giving thanks and being grateful, right? Okay, so let me grab my stuff that I have over here. I had slid it over for a second so that I'd have some space. And we are going to work on building up a little gratitude journal, okay? So I think I am actually going to... I was debating on which one to use. I think we'll do... I'm not sure if I want to do the orange or the yellow. So let me show y'all my some of the printables that I'll be using, okay? And then maybe you guys can help me decide if we should go with the cover being in orange or in the yellow. Alright, so if you guys can see here, so there are oranges and yellows throughout these printables. So I'm not 100% sure which one I want to use. I do know that I want to go in the tones of like our autumn colors. So I'm kind of gearing up more for this one. Yes, of course, Miss Renee. Go to Bible study. That's very important, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in. So I've kind of answered myself. We're going to go with orange, but I'm actually going to start with a fresh little pad, and we're going to add right on top of this, and we're going to decorate it. So we're going to fussy cut, and we're going to get to creating on here. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate all of you. Alright. Who here has ever heard of a Smash book or a Smash journal? I know I've mentioned them before, so I'm just kind of curious if anybody has ever heard or made one, and if you kind of know what it is. Hello there, Cultivating Keepsakes. How are you, my sweet friend? Thank you so much for popping in, dear. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I know that for some, it's dinner time, so me and my daughter were actually talking right before I was getting ready to come on about if I should do dinner beforehand or after. So, hello there, Miss Lisa. How are you, dear? Miss Lisa will be on as well, so make sure that you are watching all of these awesome creators, because there's so many amazing people that will be on here. Okay, so I definitely know that I want her here. Let's see if my gratitude will fit in over here as well. You just got home? Well, that's a good thing. You know, you always gotta be safe, because, you know, there's a lot that's going on nowadays, and we gotta be so careful with, you know, the roads and everything else. Always need to be safe. Oh my goodness, yeah. You love them? Thank you. So these prints actually come from Miss Cynthia over at Guided Creation. She just changed her name. Guided Creations Journaling Pages. She creates printables, and she also hosts an event during the month, and creators go on multiple times, like throughout the month whenever they're able to, and we use some of her printables. It's a lot of fun to play with. But she has the printables, and they're actually currently on, these ones are on sale. She has a sale going on. I think she said it was till the 21st. And she's on Etsy. So if you guys want to go check her out, just either send her a message or send me a message, and I can send you the link, okay? To where you could find these. She makes gorgeous printables. And I absolutely love being part of her design team, so I get access to her printables to work with. And if you participate in the event, you also get access to the kit for that month. So yep, it's a lot of fun. Alright, so this is my gratitude word. And I'm going to grunge it up because it's a little too bright with the white. So that's gonna fit perfectly. I actually think I want to bring it down like that. Yeah, I like that. Where it kind of comes into the picture. Hey there, Miss Amy. How are you, dear? Hello, hello. Miss Amy is up after me. It's always such a pleasure to see what she creates. Always, always. So I'm just going to use some vintage photo right now. And that's just so that I can take the white off of the edge, because me no like you white on the paper. Hey there, Miss Alicia. How you doing, sweetie? Isn't your surgery tomorrow? Hey there, Miss Sheila. How are you doing, sweet friend? Thank you for popping in. Yep. No, you'll be fine, sweetie. You'll see. You will see. I was telling the neurologist today about how I had to have sinus nasal surgery a few years back, where they were opening up my sinus cavities to try to help alleviate some of my migraines. So we shall see. I'm glad to hear that you are doing well, dear. And you're up after me, so that's exciting, Miss Amy. Alright, so I kind of dirtied it up a little bit, but I need to make it just a tad bit grungier. And so I offloaded as much as I could, and then now I come back and I go in to try to just get some of that white to look a little darker. So I will definitely be praying for you, sweetie. See, I told you I had it in mind that you had surgery tomorrow. So it was already on my mind and heart that you were having surgery tomorrow, sweetie. So look at how that changed from being the white background to that. Like, see the difference? That's a huge difference right there. So that's gonna really look really nice. I want to put some music in the background here because I think that'll look really nice. Alright, let's see, what do we have? No, I'm not putting the Star Spangled Banner behind there. So we flip-flopped. Yeah, we did, because normally I go on after you. It's all good. Here we go. This is the one I want. Count your blessings. I want that to be my background. So we are going to tear this up just enough to where we can add this. And then that, I think, will be good. But I'm actually considering to just put some up here. I think that's gonna look better. Okay. Now because this hymnal page is very brittle, I'm gonna use scissors instead of trying to tear it because that's just not gonna work. So I'm gonna use scissors to give it that torn, deckled edge instead of trying to tear it, and then I end up butchering where the name is, because that's what I want. I want that right there. Okay, so we're going to, so like I was asking earlier, if anybody has ever heard of the term a smash book or a smash journal. I'm kind of curious if anyone has ever heard that term before. And if you have, what does it mean? Yes, I taught you this. Well, I'm glad I taught you. You've heard it, Miss Janet, but you don't know what it is. And you know what it is because your daughter made one. Okay, alright. So then what is it? What is it, Miss Lisa? It's very similar to your junk journals, but much more free form. You just place things around loosely. Yes. So if you have ever wanted to start journaling or start making junk journals and you don't even know where to start, a good and very liberating moment is to do a smash book or a smash journal, because it just goes everywhere. Now, some people can also call it maybe a glue book. The biggest difference many times between a glue book and a smash journal is the purpose. So sometimes people use glue books to keep things. Sometimes, like, you know, you want to store ephemera and you really are prone to maybe losing things. So you put them all into a book where you can find them, and then you can cut them out and they'll have like vintage paper behind them. Yes, a book that you place all kinds of things that brings you different types of memories, that they help trigger those senses. Those are very, very key, Miss Sheila. So, with a gratitude style journal, kind of like this one, I love the idea of having it be more of a smash type book, because then I am going to keep things in it. So pictures from when you do stuff together, you know, the things that you are grateful for, your family, your pets, you know, your favorite tea bag. Because I put in the weirdest things, okay guys? I do. I put in the weirdest things. So, I'll save, like if somebody gives me a tea and I really like it, like I'll save not the actual tea bag, but the little baggie that they come in. I'll save that and I'll add that into a smash book as a reminder, or I'll throw it into my color coordinating drawers, and then whenever I need something, I'll have it there for when I do want to add stuff. See, now I wish I had more paper, which I can add, luckily. So, you know, they are the best, I think, because yes, working with printables, you know, maybe a specific theme, if you do that kind of journals, they're nice, but your smash book is more personal, I feel, and you end up having it for the memories. So, one of the things, like the song says, count your blessings. Well, how do we count our blessings, right? I don't know if anybody remembers the movie A White Christmas. I love watching that movie every year. It's like on my Christmas movie watch list that I have. And I love the song that's in there about counting your blessings, and it really makes you remember that the whole reason we used to keep albums with our pictures in them and such was for the memories, right? So how about we take our journaling and use it in a way to help us remember. What do I call your style? What do you mean, what do I call your style? Because you use all kinds of stuff in yours, sweetheart. But many times a smash book is more personal, so it's not something that you necessarily make to sell, because it's something that you'll keep for yourself. Because again, you're adding those personal things, those things that you know, are thankful for, things that you love, you know, that, you know, you have memories for. So that's not so much of a style, it's more of a type, I guess. Your style is very eclectic, I will definitely say that. You are definitely a friend after my own heart, because one moment we'll be doing something cutesy, and then next moment we'll be doing something gothic and dark and I love it. You know, I love that. So that is one of the things that many times we forget to do with our journals, is that they are there to, you know, journals came in as a way to upscale, you know, or make more compact, more portable and more personal your scrapbook. So, you know, scrapbooking used to be a very big thing. It still is. There's still a lot of people that love to scrapbook. A lot of people have moved into the junk journaling world and think that, you know, I guess that's kind of taken over. Well, I love the idea of, you know, essentially your journals being an album for you to still record those memories, but not so strict like having to do a scrapbook layout, you know. It's a little more freeing. You're all over the place. See, there we go. Guided Creation Journal Designs. I love Miss Cynthia to death, but she decided to change the name, and I just realized that today, and I was like, whoa, wait, what? I'm like, what happened? Yes, see, that's the thing. Scrapbooking was very, very formal. I never did the actual formal style of scrapbooking. I did more of a smash journal style. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's how I would do. So my daughter, and what made me think about it was that when we were going through a box of old picture albums and just pictures and stuff, we were trying to see what got damaged and what didn't. And she was like having a blast going through my big photo album that is essentially a smash journal. She just thought that was funny. You have managed to lose your face. Oh my gosh. How'd you do that? Oh no. That is not good, hun. Well, all I can say is they're somewhere in your craft room, hopefully. You didn't take them out. We're going to be optimistic that they're in there somewhere and you will find them. Because, if you're anything like me, you'll end up buying 3 more pairs before you find the first one you lost. So, yeah. I know, I'm terrible. But I think that's a crafter thing. We tend to lose our scissors a lot. Like, what's up with that? So, yeah. Oh, they're the Tim Holtz ones. Oof. Those hurt to lose them or misplace them. Are they the tiny ones, or are they the larger ones? The spring-loaded ones? I know I've seen your journals, and there's nothing wrong with that. You need to do what makes you happy, my friend. You know? because at the end of the day, we craft to hopefully bring joy to our lives and to those who watch us, right? Hopefully. You have a drawer of just scissors. So I have the pair that you guys always see me with, right? That one. The one thing I loved about this desk when we got it was that it had this magnet thing, so mine go right there. That way I don't ever lose them again, because I used to lose them all the time, especially because they're the small ones. I did buy a backup pair that also stays here on the magnet. Then I have a larger pair over there, but then I have 3 pairs hanging on that side of the desk. And then obviously all the deco ones, I have those on a little spinny thing that I found, because they used to be all in a drawer in a bucket, but now I found a rotating wood thing at the Goodwill. I was so happy, so they stay there now. And but then you go to my sewing room, and then I have all my sewing ones over there. So there, yeah, I got ones all over the place. The mid-size ones. Oh. See, I have a pair of the spring-loaded ones. They actually, ironically, stay in my living room because many times I will sit there and watch TV and fussy cut. So they stay in my on my coffee table. And they're a Fiskars brand, and I do really like them a lot. I never got the Timmy ones, and there are people that love them. I just never got me a pair. I got the Fiskars ones because they were cheaper to get. So, just saying. Alright, so I love how that looks, because now we have Count Your Blessings up there. It's the song. We have the beautiful image of the lady, gratitude, and then down here is the chorus where it says count your blessings, name them one by one, right? Count your many blessings, name them one by one. So absolutely love that. Super cool. They have a serrated blade, and they cut so well. See, I went on the Temu one thing, and I got these ones from there, and they're supposed to be kind of like a dupe. They don't have the serrated edge, but they're really great on fabric. So I keep this pair here for whenever I'm cutting fabric here when I'm crafting. But I have all the rest over there. So I have heard that those ones are really good. I don't know what I would need the serrated edge for though. Like, why would I need that? I mean, what would you use the serrated edge for? I mean, by all means, just it's my question. Like, what would we use it for? Alright, so again, there's some beautiful Bible verses. I love the florals. So these remind me of the Memorex cards that Miss Cynthia used to make for us. But I'm going to end up using them for pockets this go around. Probably. And so, oh, you know what, Miss Cynthia, I meant to message you and ask you, you know how the purple gratitude had the purple numbers with the really cute like purple flourish in the background. Is there any way you could make some to match these this orange kit? Because I would love to have those, to add them in for this into this gratitude journal that I'm making. Oh, yeah, that's what the little Fisker spring-loaded ones are. They have and so yeah, it's also very easy to cut with them. That's why I do the bulk of my fussy cutting with them. And these ones are normally here just for when I'm crafting live with y'all. Only because then I wouldn't, you know, find the other ones back and forth. So that was the only thing. So I like that Miss Cynthia includes Bible verses for this kit. I mean, you don't have to use them if you don't believe, or you choose not to, but I like that there's the option of them there to use if we do want to. So and again, I'll gladly share the link to her Etsy shop if anybody wants to go grab the printable set. The Fall Gratitude. So I like this a lot. I love being able to grunge my stuff up. And you can definitely do that for anything that's fall related. We had to go start the laundry. Yeah. Oh, talking about laundry, I need to go see if my husband ended up taking his laundry out of the dryer. If not, I gotta get it so he has work clothes for tonight. Yep. So who here has heard about the saga of my vehicle and everything that happened back in June with actually both of our cars, but then like the nightmare what's been happening with my car? Y'all remember? So for anybody who hasn't heard the story, back in June when we were having all of these freak lightning and thunderstorms that were coming through the south, yeah, that's what I was gonna go ahead and tell the story. We had you know, there's been trees that were taken down, you know, people lost power, it was pretty bad. Well, we had lightning strike the very front of our yard, and it struck my husband's truck, which we had just gotten about a month and a half prior, and it blew out. It the strength of the electricity blew 2 of his tires, damaged the other 2, we found out later, and it was giving an electrical sensor thing that was bad. And then the lightning ricocheted from my husband's truck to my car that sits in the driveway right next to his, and completely fried all of the electrical components in my car. It would not start. It wouldn't do anything. It was kaput. It was not doing nothing. And then it actually messed up the Ring camera, because again, in front of the house. It took out our internet router, because that's also in the front room, right there where we park. All three of the internet switches that are in the front part of the house. It took out several smart light bulbs that were in the dining room area. It was bad. It was bad. But the worst part was that, we had just paid off my car so that we could get my husband a vehicle. And they take my car, and it was a whole runaround. And for the past 5 months, they didn't know what they were doing with my vehicle. They would not give me any answers. I was like, look, the shop has said it's totaled. We finally got them to take it to the Ford dealership. The Ford dealership was like, look, all the electrical components are fried. The car's totaled. They were like, no, just change this and, run this scan, replace that, run this. They kept on going back and forth for 5 months. Well, they finally reached out to us from the total department to tell us that they had just gotten the paperwork on our car that it was totaled. And I was like, it's about damn time. And the lady was like, she was like kind of like off, like lost, and she was like, she, I guess, looks at our case, and she's like, yeah, I don't know, it seems like the car has been at the shop for a long time. And I was like, yeah, 5 months. And pretty much in that, everything happened in June. Pretty much in July, it was said that the vehicle was totaled, and y'all just kept on going round and round with it. Yeah. So now they finally have decided that it is totaled. So we're going through that process, and we shall see, because now that means I have to try to find a vehicle. But if the insurance company hasn't screwed us up enough, the lady from the total department advised us, or informed us, that because the vehicle had been at the Ford service department for so long, that the cost of having the vehicle stored there may be more than what they are allowed to pay out. So the difference would have to come out from what they value my car at. So I would end up with less than what I would, be getting. Needless to say, I am so teed off. I'm grateful that they finally are doing something, but at the same time, I'm so mad. It is totally not cool, because it's not our blessed fault that they, wouldn't get their act together. Kept on, we're like, oh, well, no, you need to change this part and run a new scan and, get, alright. Then they take forever to approve and, and send the money for the new part. And then, okay, run the scan, get the scan over, and Yeah. And then, okay, well, we gotta get an adjuster out there again to evaluate. And then they'd be like, oh, well, the adjuster says, you know, to change this other thing out. And I'm like, come on, y'all. Ford's already said it's gonna be at least $12,000 to replace all the sensors, all the motors, you know, all the computer stuff. And, you know, that's about the price of my car. So, yeah. But at least finally we have some answers. So, my husband went to get the stuff out of our stuff out of the vehicle. And now it's just a process of finding out and waiting for them to send us the check and us to sign papers, and then the search begins. And it really sucks because, like, I don't know, like, you know, it's been a blessing that my husband works a third shift, because that way we have been able to alter and, you know, his vehicle once he got his vehicle back. From the shop, but, you know, it's a pain in the rear end. It's been a pain in the hiney. So, I mean, I don't know. It'd be hard to find now something. My husband was like, well, you might as well start thinking that all you can have access to is maybe about $10,000. And I'm like, there is no way that I could get anything near what I had for $10,000. Oh, yay! Congratulations on your vehicle, my friend. Yeah, my husband's, so he got me my car, and then his truck that he had for 12 years started to fail him, and it was, I mean, he had already bought it used and all that. So I told him, I was like, well, we just paid my car off. Let's go. And when his truck finally died, I was like, let's go get you a vehicle. And he was like, oh, just give me something small, whatever. And I'm like, honey, you've worked your whole life. Like, you deserve to get yourself a good vehicle. I was like, you got me a good vehicle. And they gave us a really good price on a brand new 2024 truck. So yeah, so when I would let, you know, a month and a half later it gets struck by lightning, it was like, what the heck. So, what type of vehicle did you get? That is exciting. I'm very excited for you. Look at these adorable little dolls, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to use them. I'm gonna get my big scissors. See, this is why I keep a pair of big scissors, because when I need to do like a long straight line, well, I say straight, but my straight is really not all that straight, y'all. But yeah, this is gonna help with that. Yeah, I loved my Ford Escape. But it is what it is. I did tell my husband I wasn't going to get another Escape because this is the second one that he's got me that has been totaled. The first one was due to an accident. And this one was due to no fault of our own. Mother Nature. That I was like, yeah, I'm not going to try to do, you know, the third is the charm. Nah. I'm like, it's all good. Yay! We found scissors! Woohoo! It's a 2022 Buick Encore. So it's like an SUV, right? Look, I'm horrible when it comes to types of cars and stuff, okay? So, but it's like an SUV, right? I'm guessing. I think, maybe. Oh, Shanta, dear, it's fine. Hey, it was such a joy to hear your little one. Oh my word, she's a little spitfire. I absolutely loved it. She was owning that space like it was all hers, like that was her craft room. She's like, you have come to see, and if you see the red live button, you've caught us live. If you don't see it, then we're not live. I mean, she was like on it. It's a small SUV, yeah. That's what I need to look for a small SUV that doesn't have a lot of miles on it. Cause I do a lot of driving. Do a lot of road trips, and with the new venture that I want to start, I'm gonna have to do a lot more driving, so I need a good, reliable car. So we shall see. We shall see what the Lord has in store. Oh, totally. She is a diva. I agree. I thought your little granddaughters were there, but no, her baby. She took that crown. She was like, I want to be here. I want to do this. This is my It was so much fun. I love seeing little kids and just like be all in their own. It's just amazing. Did I put my glue away again? She's something else. You know what? It is good when you see children that are confident, because that means that they are being raised in a safe environment where they can be confident. Confident in themselves, confident that they can, come in and own the room. I mean, I understand we grew up in, or most of us grew up in the whole, a child is to be seen and not heard. And in a way, yes, you need to be respectful and all the good things, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that you are not allowed to, have your opinion and, light up a room. So. Alright, so this is going to turn into a little pocket spot that I made. She is absolutely adorable. Again, she comes with the printables, and Cynthia was in here earlier, but if anybody wants the link to her Etsy shop, and if she's shared a coupon code with me, I will share it with you as well. That way you can get her this printable set. But that's what this is going to become. And talking about the tag, there's actually a little tag right here that we could use. So we'll go ahead and print that out. Oh, I love you too, dear. You know it. Anytime. Anytime. I am grateful to be able to participate in your events. You know, you, Miss Amy, are all a blessing, and I'm so grateful to be able to have these opportunities. So much. And so yeah, so this is, you know, this is not a pocket. This is just like the entry page. This is a pocket, so we'll put that there. But I want to add numbers to my pages, and I'll end up doing that in another live, so that I can have a space that'll have, let's say, like the number 13. So day 13, I'll have a space to write or draw or glue or do whatever I want to do. So this will be my little, it's small enough, it can fit into a purse, a glove compartment, side table, someplace, and it gives you a little space for you to be artful with your gratitude and be grateful. And we need to incorporate that into our lives all the time. So thank you so much for joining me. We are going to go and see Miss Amy, who finally found her scissors, which means that she's going to be crafting something awesome, and I'm excited to go see what she's going to do. Stay on the Dusty Granny event group. It is a free group. Make sure you join it and get to watch all the replays and the rest of the creators from today. Thank you so much, everybody. And know that you are loved, that you are blessed, and that I count you as one of my blessings. And I'm very grateful for you. I love you guys, and have a blessed week. Bye.